the one thing that I would recommend for you to do is don't put your name on the business card as Pablo Pomes. You need to change your name to Paul Pomes. And that's not the kind of advice that I was looking for. I was trying to figure out if there was any little insignia that could be put on as a new agent, blah, blah, blah. And when he said that, I thought, that's weird. So I straight out asked him, because he's my buddy. And I said, what are you talking about? I mean, and he says, yeah, you see, Pablo is not the professional insurance agent. Pablo is the guy that's out there in the fields picking grapes and strawberries. That's exactly what he said. I couldn't believe it, because he's my buddy, and we get along great, and we joke around about a lot of stuff, but he wasn't joking. He was serious. And I told him, you know what, so and so, I appreciate the advice. I'm not gonna change my name. This is what I've grown up with, and I'm gonna make it this way, or go down in flames this way. And he said, okay, suit yourself, but I told you, give it. This is what you should do. And I said, all right, no problem. And I remember thinking, you just dropped a notch on my book, kind of thing. Yeah. But you know what? I didn't give it a lot of thought. I had too many things to worry about. Marketing, who my business was going to take care of. I mean, opening the doors, getting furniture. I mean, it was just too many things. And, I just said, it ain't worth the time. And I moved on.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I always think, what if you would have changed your name, or on your business card, right? Which a lot of people did. I remember it was a big shock when I found out Martin Sheen is actually, Estevez, I believe, is his last name.
Oh, yeah.
And they're descendants from Mexico, Spain, whatever. But their last name is Sheen. And so for the movie business, you see it all the time where, musicians, they change their name. I wonder why he changed his name at the time, the father, right? And then Charlie Sheen, kept the name, but his brother is Emilio Estevez. So it's just interesting, But from this gentleman's perspective, he thought it would be better for marketing purposes for you to be Paul.
For me to be Paul,
which is interesting, And but I just think those are little things that, hey, I guess you didn't give it that much importance at the time.
No,
but
it stayed with me. Yeah. It's something that every now and then you remember. Something happens where you remember, So it stayed with me.
Yeah.
To this day, it's part of, let's say, my history, because he wasn't kidding.
But he also, I've heard other stories of this gentleman, and he wasn't known to be a nice man.
Yeah, he was a tough guy. He's very successful economically speaking. He's a tough guy. His background, he had been a police officer, and then he had turned into an insurance agent. Yeah, he had issues with a lot of people, and tough character.
Yeah.
Tough character to deal with,
Yeah.
We also had it out at the end of the day. After 2 years of friendship or something like that, we had a big disagreement, him and I. And we went our separate ways.